happens here the next 5-10 minutes, we're good, right? We've been friends a long time. That's right. And you know what? Allison might think she's out of the woods here, but a lot of people forget. I've known Allison longer than I've known Andy.
Yeah.
And it was funny thinking about this because it was years apart, but they actually had the exact same bowl cut. This is a perfect time to say, Allison, you look breathtaking. Quite the swan story. I don't know how you're going to do the Jersey Turnpike in that dress, but I guess we'll see how that plays out. And you know, us Canyon City guys, we take a lot of heat for always settling down with Canyon City girls. But when they grow them like this, in a 719, I mean, this is the Fremont County pedigree that well, they got it like this. We've got a nice Fremont County contingent in the building tonight. So the pressure is on. I mean, pressure's on for me to give my best friend a good toast, but the pressure's on you too. Because when Andy came to your wedding, this kid was center stage getting your party turned up. And if you somehow forgot, let me remind you, this guy brought his milkshake to the yard all night long. So can we do them a favor? Can we treat this dance floor tonight with the same respect that Andy does? Can we do that for you? But before we do, Allison, I want to tell you a little bit about the virtuous man you're embarking on life's most beautiful journey with. It's a long list of virtues, but it starts at the very top with leadership. And we just established, Andy likes to set the tone at weddings. And there's one wedding that comes to mind. It was a recent one. And Andy's in full wedding mode, you know, and you know what I'm talking about. I mean, he's out there, he's cutting it loose on the dance floor. And I guess I'm like all of us. I mean, I was drunk. So I can work my way over to Andy. Like, I'm next to the life of the party. He's got his back to me. As soon as I get up to him, he whips around and he spills a full glass of red wine all over my face. First of all, who brings a full glass of red wine out onto the dance floor? I'll tell you who. A leader. So anyways, I go to the bathroom and I clean myself up as best you can when red wine hits a white shirt. And I get back out there and you think I've learned my lesson, but no, I get drawn right back in. Not 2 minutes has gone by and Andy hits me with some variation of a windmill move. His fingers catch my shirt pocket and rip my shirt out into a hot knife through butter. My shirt pocket's still there dangling off my chest. I've got red wine across my face. I look like I just got my ass kicked. But that's the price you pay when you're a follower. And I'll tell you this, Andy. I'm going to follow you on the dance floor 100 times out of 100. But there's another virtue that I recognize in Andy at a very young age, very early on. The year was 1999. We were freshmen in high school and we were required to take a life skills course. And I didn't know Andy yet, but George and I, George is laughing. We're sitting in the back of the room and we're best friends. We got a couple other guys back there, and it didn't take long for Andy to kind of come buddy up to us. Right? I still feel like we were kind of profiled and targeted, but I'll be honest, I didn't know what to make of this guy. It was hot stepping, trash talking, 88 pounds of pure swag. He really started to grow on me. And I think the turning point came one day. My heart goes out to him. I felt really bad. Andy was struggling. He was struggling with a really bad case of the bubble guts. And the unfortunate symptoms that come with that was a particularly pungent case of gas. Of the lingering variety. So much so that he was asked to step out of the classroom and spend the rest of the class period in the hallway. I found out later that day that was just one of 3 classes that he was excused for this case of gas. 3 out of 4 classes. 75% of his day was in the hallway dealing with bubble gets. And I said, you know what? I like this guy. This kid has an edge to him. And he owned it, and he has the ability to laugh at himself. And Allison, those are qualities you look for in a husband. But there's another virtue that I think we can all agree on with Daisy. How about bravery, right? And I'll admit, I wasn't there for this particular story, but the story itself was legendary, so I have to tell it. It actually was another one with George. George and Andy had just capped off a beautiful night in the exciting late night scene of Canyon City, Colorado. And, you know, late night in Canyon City, it can be challenging to hail a cab. But they found one. The only one in Fremont County. The problem was that there was another patron that evening that also needed a ride. So Andy, being the good guy that he is, steps up. He's laughing again. He knows what's coming. So Andy's a good guy. You know, he steps up and he said, "Hey, buddy, why don't we split the fare and share the cab ride home?" So the cab takes Andy and George home. He drops them off first. Well, goes to drop them off first. And this stranger, he bolts on him. He jumps out of the door and takes off running down the street and rounds the corner. So what does Andy do? Does he surrender the $4 cab fare and get bygones? No. Andy's a man of integrity. And he holds us to that same standard. So Andy gives chase, leaving George to pay for the cab fare. Andy takes off down the street and rounds the corner after this guy. And then George gets, pays the cab and then takes off after him to catch up with him, catch up to the scene. As George rounds the corner to catch up to it, he finds Andy slumped over in a pile in the middle of the street, just gasping for wind. And the way Andy tells it, upon catching up to this fellow to serve justice, he squares up to him. This guy had kind of an unorthodox fighting style, let's say. He flashes his back to Andy just long enough for Andy to drop his defenses and finishes off the most devastating to Andy's midsection, rendering him completely incapacitated. The way Andy played, he kicked me so hard in the stomach I wanted to die. So George comes around the corner and sees Andy, what's going on? He keeps chasing the guy. Well, they never did catch up to him to serve justice, but I like to think. But I like to think that this guy admired Andy's bravery as well. So you see, Allison, the list of virtues is long. But Andy's not just a good guy. Andy's he's not a great guy. He's an incredible guy. He's my best friend, my brother, and I too couldn't be more proud of him. But unlike everyone here, we all feel that way. Your dad Mike, and your mom Kimmy, they're proud of you today too. And when you get a chance to give a toast at your best friend's wedding, it's a special thing. But when you get a chance to make a toast for your best friends marrying each other, that's rare. So raise your glasses with me. We wish you nothing but happiness. We can't wait to see what the future holds for you too.